The Fall 2020 induction ceremony of the Iota Zeta chapter of Phi Theta Kappa will now come to order. My name is Jackson Clinton, and I'm the Vice President of Scholarship. We welcome each of you to our ceremony today. You are joining a chapter that has won 20 regional and international awards over the past year. Our chapter was named as the 9th finalist to the International Most Distinguished Chapter. It was also awarded the Beta Alpha Continued Excellence Award for the second consecutive year. This award was earned for having a top 10% ranking among the 1,300 chapters in the Society for 3 consecutive years. Additionally, our chapter was named the most distinguished chapter in the Mississippi-Louisiana region. I am pleased to welcome each of you for membership into the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society of the two-year college. You have fulfilled all requirements for membership and have been selected because you have chosen scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship as your hallmarks. You're about to be inducted into a scholarly fellowship which embraces two-year colleges not only of your own state, but also of the nation and the world. This fellowship is Phi Theta Kappa and your chapter is Iota Zeta. After induction, you will find among the members an atmosphere of scholarship to which you must give of yourself in order that the organization may be meaningful for you. Will the candidates please repeat the Phi Theta Kappa pledge after me? I, state your name, do solemnly promise to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa and to maintain, by honest and independent endeavor, the ideals of scholarship for which this organization stands. I, Viona Smith, Chapter Historian, and Joshua Montgomery, Vice President of Fellowship, will now call the names of your new inductees.
Lainey Grace Aday, Corinth, Mississippi. Jonathan Lopez Aguirre, Belmont, Mississippi. Brianna Hope Baggett, Ripley, Mississippi. Anna Elizabeth Bailey, Eupora, Mississippi. Jonathan B. Bain, Water Valley, Mississippi. Nathan Ryan Barham, Madison, Mississippi. Stephen Avery Barnett, Boonville, Mississippi. Candace Michael Berry, Walnut, Mississippi. Sarah Catherine Biggers, Winona, Mississippi. Alacia Micaiah Billups, Baldwin, Mississippi. Tashana Banana Blanche, Pontotoc, Mississippi. Carter Ryland Bonds, Corinth, Mississippi. Connor Thomas Bonds, Iuka, Mississippi. Olivia Renee Bonds, Corinth, Mississippi. Elise Micaiah Bracking, Boonville, Mississippi. Diamond K. Bradley, Tupelo, Mississippi. Thomas Wayne Brannion, Hernando, Mississippi. Erin Grace Bray, Boonville, Mississippi. Cheyenne Renee Brennan, Mabin, Mississippi. Ann Claire Buffkin, Oxford, Mississippi. Kaylee Shelby Gayle Bunton, New Albany, Mississippi. Robert Wade Burron, Boonville, Mississippi. Rain Gerald Cabriana, Walnut, Mississippi. Victoria Avis Campbell, Bruce, Mississippi. Derek Joseph Carpenter, Maben, Mississippi. Brantley Elizabeth Carter, Corinth, Mississippi. Kyler Jacoby Carter, Philadelphia, Mississippi. Clara Mincy Childs, Tippersville, Mississippi. Caroline Mackenzie Clark, Tuscumbia, Alabama. Lillian Taylor Collum, Corinth, Mississippi. Lindley Grace Crabb, Boonville, Mississippi. Marley Grace Credle, Belmont, Mississippi. Katie Grace Davis, Boonville, Mississippi. Jane Michelle DeHos, Corinth, Mississippi. Darby Grace Devon, Tupelo, Mississippi. Danny Paige Dixon, Walnut, Mississippi. Addison Claire Dowdy, New Albany, Mississippi. Rebecca Marie Edens, Boonville, Mississippi. Genevieve Naomi Eaton, Tishomingo, Mississippi. Lauren Grace Elliott, Blue Mountain, Mississippi. Nicole C. Elliott, Belden, Mississippi. Noah Luke Evans, Corinth, Mississippi. Jimmy Ferguson, Bruce, Mississippi. Samuel Eli Farrell, Corinth, Mississippi. Addison Claire Finch, Saltillo, Mississippi. Samantha Leanne Flake, Walnut, Mississippi. Ashley Ray Forrester, New Albany, Mississippi. Kelsey Irene Foreigner, Ripley, Mississippi. Christopher Lynn Fuston, Walnut, Mississippi. Raheesh Gamir, Boonville, Mississippi. Catherine Gonzalez, New Albany, Mississippi. Jordan Elise Gooch, New Albany, Mississippi. Cynthia Marie Granger, Philadelphia, Mississippi. Garrett Benjamin Gray, Baldwin, Mississippi. Wesley Michael Green, Potts Camp, Mississippi. Sydney Elise Griffin, Baldwin, Mississippi. Carson Darlene Grisham, New Albany, Mississippi. Adavion M. Grizzard, Boonville, Mississippi. Haley Elizabeth Grubbs, Blue Springs, Mississippi. Courtney Nicole Guan, Blue Springs, Mississippi. Molly Grace Hablum, Boonville, Mississippi. Michaela Dawn Harper, Baldwin, Mississippi. Trinity Rain Heavener, Corinth, Mississippi. Jordan Leanne Henderson, Boonville, Mississippi. Kirsten Haley Holder, Boonville, Mississippi. Harley Faith Hopkins, Ripley, Mississippi. Brooklyn Faith Hughes, Baldwin, Mississippi. Elizabeth Anna Claire Isabel, Glenn, Mississippi. Madison Paige Johnson, Dumas, Mississippi. Anika Rose Jones, Boonville, Mississippi. Destiny Grace Jones, Rienzi, Mississippi. Mariana Ruth Jones, New Albany, Mississippi. Jackson Taylor Kilcrest, Brantley, Alabama. Lori Joe Knight, Ashland, Mississippi. Austin Greg Lauderdale, Boonville, Mississippi. Dempsey Lee Lindsay, Saltillo, Mississippi. Lydia Gayle Marshall, Corinth, Mississippi. Sarah Michelle Martindale, Walnut, Mississippi. Morgan Armanetta Mathis, New Albany, Mississippi. Samantha Ray Mooney, Ripley, Mississippi. Marley Nicole Mucklum, Tishomingo, Mississippi. Alexis Michaela McGaughy, Corinth, Mississippi. Steponda K. McGlone, Tupelo, Mississippi. Maddie Brooke McGrath, Corinth, Mississippi. Laura Jane McKee, Corinth, Mississippi. Elizabeth Lynn McKinney, Marietta, Mississippi. Emily Grace Lorraine McVie, Boonville, Mississippi. Brett Anderson Meeks, Ripley, Mississippi. Allie Rebecca Melton, Ripley, Mississippi. Maddie Ruth Michael, Ripley, Mississippi. Harley Lynn Miller, New Albany, Mississippi.
John Ellis Murrah, from Corinth, Mississippi. Kayliana Grace Newman, Baldwin, Mississippi. Keandria Tanae O'Brien, South Haven, Mississippi. Rebecca Ruth Owens, Ripley, Mississippi. Jalista April Pams, Rienzi, Mississippi. Grace Divine Pendergraph, Red Bay, Alabama. Calicia Shantae Phillips, Lyon, Mississippi. Cherish Marie Prater, Boonville, Mississippi. Asia A. Prather, New Albany, Mississippi. Grace Kentney Presley, Iuka, Mississippi. Topi Grace Price, Tupelo, Mississippi. Madeline Grace Reagan, Walnut, Mississippi. Emma Grace Reed, Russellville, Alabama. Allie Brianne Robinson, Holiday, Tennessee. Taylor Jane Robinson, Corinth, Mississippi. Edie Elizabeth Ross, Corinth, Mississippi. Rainey D. Ross, Glenn, Mississippi. Jenna Brooke Sampson, New Albany, Mississippi. Brian Thomas Seaman, Eads, Tennessee. Tabitha Ann Sharp, Corinth, Mississippi. Brittany M. Sharp, Iuka, Mississippi. Danica Lynn Shelton, Walnut, Mississippi. John Chase Schatz, Haleyville, Alabama. Carly Paige Simmons, Walnut, Mississippi. Alexis Diana Smith, Blue Springs, Mississippi. Amber Gracie Sue Smith, Tipplersville, Mississippi. Rachel Darlene Smith, Selmer, Tennessee. Reagan Nicole Smith, Saltillo, Mississippi. Nicholas Alexander South, Corinth, Mississippi. Jada Catherine Spears, New Albany, Mississippi. Callie Grace Spencer, Walnut, Mississippi. Amanda Mary Jane Stanfield, Marietta, Mississippi. Hillary Jesselyn Stanford, Guntown, Mississippi. Charlotte Caroline Stanley, Marietta, Mississippi. Rachel Nicole Stanley, Boonville, Mississippi. Kristen Grace Stivers, Corinth, Mississippi. Jade Carol Stormont, Corinth, Mississippi. Cameron Elizabeth Stout, New Albany, Mississippi. Jenna Kelly Tate, New Albany, Mississippi. Taylor Grace Thompson, Guntown, Mississippi. Mason Blake Turman, Manti, Mississippi. Nayeli Urzua, New Albany, Mississippi. Kimberly Valades, New Albany, Mississippi. Bailey Lynn Vanderford, Corinth, Mississippi. Matthew Carson Ward, Glenn, Mississippi. Sean Dalton Weatherby, Ryenzie, Mississippi. Jacob Dylan Welch, Winona, Mississippi. Brian Thomas Whitaker, Boonville, Mississippi. John Benford Whiteside, Haleyville, Alabama. Cedric Corzell Wilder, Brandon, Mississippi. Corey Lawrence Wilson, Burnsville, Mississippi. Albany Page Wyndham, Boonville, Mississippi. Jacob Benjamin Wood, New Albany, Mississippi. Chad Taylor Woodruff, Iuka, Mississippi. Bonnie Ray Wright, Boonville, Mississippi. Carly Beth Wright, Boonville, Mississippi. William Myers Roden, Boonville, Mississippi. And Lauren Jordan Young, Corinth, Mississippi.
To the candidates, I congratulate you for your accomplishments and welcome you as members of Phi Theta Kappa. I now invite Dr. Ricky Ford, the president of Northeast, to speak.
I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to everyone who is viewing virtually our Phi Theta Kappa induction ceremony for 2020-2021. We want to say congratulations to each of our inductees for joining an organization that will provide a lot of benefits moving forward. Not only will it provide opportunities for scholarships when they transfer to a university, but it will place an item upon their resume that will really stand out when looking for employment. So we want to say congratulations, and on behalf of the faculty, the staff, and all the employees and the Northeast Board of Trustees, we want to say congratulations and wish you the very best moving forward.
The Fall 2020 Phi Theta Kappa induction ceremony is now adjourned.